Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I don't know how to really start this, but I'm just gonna dive right into my content and just do a lot of K focused content. So if you like me, like K dramas, K-pop, and K beauty, K fashion, all of those things K related, if you've hopped on that Hallyu wave, then this channel is perfect for you. So if you have a similar lifestyle, I think you guys would really enjoy my content. So for today's video, I am going to be focusing on ranking all of the K-dramas that I've watched this year. So this includes K-dramas that came out this year and also older ones. We're going to talk about all of them. I'm going to rank them and talk about how I liked them, how I didn't like them, my favorites, and everything like that. Later on in the future, I want to talk about like groups I like, you know, for K-pop and like all of that stuff. But for right now, we're just focusing on the K-pop side. I'm also going to be doing like vlogs and stuff, so it's going to be really exciting. But yeah, let's start. Okay, so first we're going to be talking about all of the categories that I have made up. So first we'll start from the top. We'll start off with amazing, no complaints, which is basically like top 10, amazing, all around 10 out of 10 for me. Then we have was pretty good, which is like a pretty good show. You know, I wouldn't say it was like my favorite, but like, you know, it was a good show. Like I liked it. And then there's okay, she did some. We're like, you know, like I liked it, but it wasn't like, it's not really something that's that memorable for me, but like it was a good little time when I watched it. And then we have some issues, which this one, I don't know how to explain. It's just kind of like a middle ground between I liked it and I didn't like it. So it was just like I had a few issues that kind of made me not like it as much. And then there's didn't like, which is just I just straight up didn't like it. Like I won't be rewatching this. I won't be thinking about it. I'm putting it out of my mind. Didn't like. Okay, now we will proceed. Okay, so starting off with a bang, we have The Glory. So I'm pretty sure The Glory is like in everyone's top 10 K-dramas of the year. Obviously, it was a really, really amazing show. I put it in the top category because it was super good. You know, the show split up into part 1, part 2. For part 2, when part 2 first started, I felt like it was very slowly. It was moving very, very slowly. But other than that, like everything else was amazing. Like obviously the acting was amazing. It was just, the story was good, and the revenge. That is the thing that I loved the most about that show, was the revenge was genuinely good and felt satisfying, because I feel like on a lot of these revenge shows, like the revenge isn't even that good. And then it kind of just leaves you feeling like, okay, so why did I watch this show? I'm happy that in this show, the revenge was fully satisfying and fully amazing. So it's going straight in amazing, no complaints. Then we have Missing the Other Side. So I'm gonna put season 1, season 2 together, obviously. I'd put Missing the Other Side in amazing, no complaints. I feel like I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this show. I feel like it may be more popular in South Korea than it is like internationally. I personally am like a really big fan of like fantasy K-dramas and, you know, like stuff like that. And I really think the whole idea of like, instead of it being like they stay until their grudges are fulfilled, they stay until their bodies have been found, because their bodies have been hidden or missing, you know. And I really, really like that idea. I think it's a really unique plot, and also it was just done really well, and I really, really enjoyed it. So we're gonna put it in the top category. Then we have Island, which things are gonna be going not down from here, but like this is where our first negative review. So I feel like a lot of people feel like the CGI in the show was not very good. And I've seen a fair share of CGI shows, and yeah, this was definitely one of them where like the budget wasn't budgeting. Like I truly feel like Island could have been like an amazing show if the budget was higher and if there was more put into that aspect. Yeah, like honestly at this point I can't even remember all the things that I didn't like about the show, but that was the biggest part. And there was just some things I didn't really enjoy. Looking back, I'm like, there wasn't really much that I was like, oh, I miss, you know what I mean? So I would put it in some issues, because like it wasn't horrible, but I wouldn't say like I didn't like, because you know there was some things that I liked about it, but it's not something that I'm gonna like look back on, you know what I mean? Anyways, we're just gonna put it in some issues. Then we have The Interest of Love. See guys, I told you guys the negative reviews were coming. This one, listen, this one gets me heated. I just do not like that character. I forget her name. I'll put her name on the screen and her face. I do not like that character. And now I don't even remember why I don't like her. I just treated him like pure shit because of it for so long. And then not only did she treat him like shit, but she also strung along the police guy. Yeah, honestly, everyone on the show was stupid in some sort of way. And the characters weren't likable. The ending wasn't satisfying. I just did not like at all, actually. So I would give it, and I suffered through the whole ending. Yeah. So anyways, and I'm just gonna put it straight in the don't like category. And I also feel like I should mention I'm not adding K-dramas that I haven't watched or haven't finished, because I feel like I shouldn't give a full review if I didn't finish the show. Next, we have Red Balloon, which I heart this show so much. You guys, I love makjangs. I know majority of them are about like cheating and like shit like that, but like, guys, the drama is always so good, and mukbangs just have them all mixed with a little bit of some crazy stuff happening. So I love this show, and like I know that like I know that Ungang was the main character, and she was a cheater, so it was hard, okay, because it's like you're not supposed to like this person. Overall, like I actually really liked the show. I feel like the pacing was really good, the acting was good, the drama was always so good. Like honestly, I was never bored watching that show, is what I'm trying to say. So let me just tell you guys, I'm gonna put it in the top category, amazing, no complaints. So the next show we're gonna be talking about is Bad and Crazy. So Bad and Crazy, I don't really have too much to say, but it was a fun show, and I feel like I really loved the plot twist of how when male lead, like when we discover that like K isn't actually like a completely new person, but it's just him as like a different personality. I was not expecting that like at all. But overall, I really liked that show. I feel like it was a good watch. I would put it in amazing, no complaints, because it was a good show, like 10 out of 10 for me. So hey guys, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am filming on a different day because I ran out of storage before, so my outfit's changed and like I look a bit different, but I am back to continue the video. So let's just continue on like there was no break. Okay, so the next show we're going to be talking about is Duty After School, which I would put Duty After School in like the top category, which I'm happy that a lot of these shows are like in my top 10, but I'm going to put Duty After School in amazing, no complaints. Overall, I feel like it was a really good story about, you know, like a post-apocalyptic, not even post-apocalyptic, but just like an apocalyptic world. I thought it was like a unique take on this type of genre, and I just thought it was really well done. So I'm going to put this in amazing, no complaints. Next, we have Black Knight, which you guys are going to be meeting some of my K-drama husbands in this video. Kim Woo-bin is one of them. I love Kim Woo-bin so much. But putting aside that, like, oh, I swear to God, all of these are like top 10, but amazing, no complaints, because it was a really good show. Like, it was truly a good show. And a lot of these shows I'm putting in this category because like I genuinely don't have anything that's like big that makes me like not like the show, you know what I mean? Like they were good shows. I enjoyed the watch. I loved like the final episode. Like I feel like Black Knight was not trying to be anything like different or whatever. It's like a good solid story, and like it has a happy ending. Everything just wraps up like perfectly, and I just love that. Like it was just a good story. Next, we have Pale Moon, which I'm actually watching a show right now that's reminding me a lot of Pale Moon. I'm gonna put Pale Moon in was pretty good, just because like I don't like how open the ending was, okay? And like in the end she just like runs away, and like the ending is so open, and I just wish if they were gonna leave it so open, I just wish they ended it where like in the end she's like in some sort of like forest or something, and like there's like footsteps and then it ends. And like in my head I always thought, I was like, what if in the end we just see like the back of him or something, just to let us know like it's him, like they're gonna end up together, you know? Like it's just so open, and I don't appreciate that. Anyways, I'm gonna put it in the second category. Just yeah, we're just gonna leave her there. Next, we have Bloodhounds, which amazing, no complaints. Amazing, no complaints. Love this show so much. I love the brotherhood between, don't know any of their names, but the male leads. I love their brotherhood and their friendship so much. I love the story. I don't like how after I feel like the revenge in this show wasn't like satisfying. Like, yes, he gets caught and goes to jail, but I feel like he didn't truly like suffer enough for what he had done to like the male lead and like a bunch of other people. You know what I mean? Like he just gets caught and then that's it. And then we never see him again. It's not even like we see him like rotting away in jail or something. Like, you know, I feel like the first half was a lot stronger than the second half. But it was a really good show, and it was also really sad too. Like, next we have See You in My 19th Life. I would put See You in My 19th Life in was pretty good because like I don't have anything I don't have really anything negative to say about it, but I feel like I did have some things that I was kind of like, ooh, that doesn't really make sense. And like overall, I feel like it didn't stick with me too much after I watched it, but it was a good watch and like I don't regret watching it. So for that, I'll put it in pretty good. Next we have King the Land, and this one I'm a little bit sad about. But there was nothing like really memorable for me, you know what I mean? Like I got really bored like towards, I would say, the middle-ish onwards. I was like very bored. I just love both of them, so to see them together was like so exciting. But yeah, I don't know, like I just feel like the show was like very stagnant for like a long time, like for a good period of the show. Like it was very stagnant, there wasn't a lot happening. I was getting sick and tired of seeing his sister like sit there and then have like no repercussions. Like I was so tired of her. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna put it in some complaints because I wouldn't say it was horrible. Like it really wasn't. For the most part, I just kind of was a bit bored, but it wasn't like horrible. So that's why I'm not gonna be putting it in the last category. Next we have Mask Girl, which I would put Mask Girl in. Was pretty good because I feel like it's not really my type of show. And I didn't like love it, but it was a good show. Do you know what I mean? Like I can like admire it was a good show, but like it's not a show that like I would come back to. You know what I mean? But it was still like a good show. Mask Girl, I'll put it in, was pretty good. Next we have Moving, which is like, there is like a holy trinity of this year for me. This is one of them, okay? So amazing. And like I love that show. Like I truly do. And I loved that part of the show. That was actually my favorite part when they went back in time, which like me and my sister are so opposite because she doesn't like that part because she found it so boring and so slow and blah blah. But for me, like I love romance, like you guys, like I mentioned earlier. I love like stories of falling in love and stuff, and all of those storylines were that. I loved all of the flashbacks in that show, and I just feel like it was so interesting. And like I know that like I just feel like it was so like, oh, like I love, and it was good. It was good. Okay, next we have Kingdom. I'm gonna put Kingdom in was pretty good because Kingdom was like a really good take on like the zombie genre. And I watched it because it was like kind of something I felt like I had to. It was like a very iconic zombie addition to the K-drama world. But here's the thing about me. I found myself enjoying a lot of this show, but I also found myself getting like very bored and kind of like losing interest. So it was a mix and mix, but because it was pretty good, I will say that, so that's why I put it in was pretty good. Next we have A Time Called You, which like I think I put this in was pretty good because like, oh my god, you guys, let me tell you guys something. I have never been more confused watching a show, not even just K-drama, but a show in my life. I feel like shows should not be that hard to understand. It was just so hard, but I found like the storyline, once I kind of got majority of it, the storyline was really interesting, and I feel like they did a good job. It was just so confusing, and like, yeah, like I don't know. Anyways, that was a good show, just very confusing. It was good. I'm gonna put it in was pretty good. Next we have The Worst of Evil, which second show in the Holy Trinity. I love this. Am I even using it wrong? Like the Holy Trinity? I think it's like the Holy, I don't even know what it is, but the top three, okay? I love this show, okay? Like I love this show. The acting was amazing. This storyline was so interesting, and I don't think I was ever bored. And like the ending was so sad. Like, please tell me why it was sad. I just wish in the end, the only thing I wish is that Gichol just got away and that was it. Because why did you have to go and make him die? Like, come on. Come on. Why did you have to make him die? Yeah, like amazing. 10 out of 10. Like, love that show. Next we have Duna. Okay, so I am gonna try to speed through these last ones, but I would give Duna She Did Some but I would say that I liked the part where they were together. Like, I feel like those like actors and like the characters, like I feel like they did a good job. Like, I feel like they really look good together. Like, I really loved that couple and like their relationship. But like I don't like the way it ended. And like this is a thing where like they ended up like not apart for like no reason. Like, there was no reason. Like, I know why he did what he did, but I just wish like he didn't do that. When they don't give me a good reason for them not to be together. Anyways, we're gonna put it in She Did Some. Okay. Next we have Twinkling. This is the top show of my First of all, this is the top show of my year. First of all. Second of all, this is like my top show, my top 3. Moving, Doors of Evil, and Twinkling Watermelon, which I'm pretty sure this was on like everyone's list for like top 2023 shows. But yeah, this show was amazing. Like, this show truly had everything, like very dramatic. I loved it. Drama, like romance, the like time traveling aspect, the fantasy, like it literally had everything. And this is another show that I watched where like I was never bored. Like, I really, really love this show, and like I literally have no negative things to say, like at all. Like, it was really, really amazing, and it was just all the singing, like all the songs, and like I just loved that vibe, and like I think it was really, really well done. Like, I loved that show. Next we have Sweet Home season 2, and She Did Some, okay, which is like so sad because I used to say Sweet Home was like my favorite K-drama of all time. I just love it so much. But season 2, like I have so many things to say about it, but to make it short, why do you have a main character and then treat him as a side character? Like, why? The way that they like just moved Song Kang as like a side character made me so mad. And I also just felt like they introduced all of these like new characters, like over 15, and then they spent like episodes, like 2 episodes without the main character. The beginning half was pretty interesting. Then in the middle, I got really bored when they weren't showing Song Kang and like that storyline. I have more faith for season 3. A lot of people were saying that season 2 was more of like a introduction to season 3. I have a lot more hope for that season, so we're just gonna put it in She Did Something, because you know I do really love the show. Like, I still love Sweet Home. I still think it was really good, and the last episode was amazing, but I just wish the rest of it was more like boom boom rather than it being so flat. Next we have Night Has Come, which I love, like these type of situational shows where like they're kind of stuck in like a room or a building or a house and they have to like figure out how to like get out or like how to survive, blah, blah, blah. I love shows like that. I feel like this was really well done. The only thing, I didn't even say where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in She Was Good, because I loved that show up until the ending. I just felt like the ending was so like random and like kind of like dumb, because it's like, think about it. These parents kidnapped a whole classroom of kids. Okay, they kidnapped them. They built a whole technology that could put these kids in a world, in a VR world, and make it seem like reality. But it's like, do you know how much money would go into creating something like that? And just like 2 parents are doing that? Like, yeah. So I don't know, the ending was just kind of very like, wow, like it was random, but I liked the show up until that point, let's just say. Next we have soundtrack 2. I would put it in She Did Something, because I definitely did not like this as much as season 1. I just feel like it was very like, I don't know, like I liked the first 2 episodes, but then it was kind of just like okay from there on. And I also just don't like the ending, because it's like they had sort of like a toxic relationship before, and then even like the way that the episode ends, like I feel like the show should just end up after episode 5, because it's like in the end they don't really resolve their issues. They just like date again, but then it's like, girl, like, you didn't really fix anything. So yeah, I put it in, she did some. Okay guys, and that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video has been a long time in the filming process, but I am finally finished. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your guys' favorite K-drama of the year. I feel like last year had like some, because now it's 2024, I feel like had some really good shows, and I'm just excited for all the new shows coming up, and I cannot wait to watch some of them. I'll put on the screen some of the shows that I am looking forward to for this year, 2024. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys for another video, hopefully very soon. Bye!